Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be working on a rear window switch for a 2008 or a 2009 Hummer H2. There was a lot of information about the 03 to 07s, but there's not a lot floating around about the 2008 and 2009. Basically, the issue I have is the up switch works, and you can hear it click, you can hear the switch actuating, but the automatic down and manual down, both tiers do not work. Switches are like 30 bucks because these are pretty common on the Tahoe, Yukon, Escalade, but I figured maybe we could fix this. So in order to take it out, you're gonna have to use a spudger, and depending on how much you care about the leather and the plastic, you might want to tape it off or use a plastic spudger. But you can get in here, there's a little bit of space, and there's a few clips that clip in. There's no screws or anything. You don't have to worry about this down here. So I'll show you what I did. I just kind of got in real easy and lifted. And you're gonna go around and you're gonna lift around the entire side and it'll pop right out. So nice and easy, don't want to cause any damage. And once you get it out, the switch is just a tab, pull, and you have it out. Once you have it out, there's 2 tabs on each side. What I did was take 2 fingers and pried it open. Got it kind of on one side, 2 fingers, pried it open. And you have your switch and your panel you can clean up. From there, it's a little bit more difficult. These are much thicker and harder to get off. What you're gonna have to do is either use a spudger. I mean, you could probably get a finger in there, a screwdriver, a spudge, whatever, to remove it. But this is what I did. Again, I took this, and you wanna be careful not to snap the plastic, but you wanna pop that up over and then pop that side over, and you can use this center part as leverage. But once you have it loose, you don't want it to go back down. So you're gonna need to kind of pop up and be careful, there's a lot of stuff floating around in here. But this is the inside of your switch. So now I'm gonna go inside and I'll show you what I did to fix this up. Okay, so now we have this torn apart here, and looks like we have 3 contacts. Let me find something plastic here. So we have your up and your down. So this is your up and these are your down. And then on this piece of rubber, you can see there are 3 contacts. Mine were really, not really dirty, but there was some scuffing on them. So I cleaned them up with an alcohol wipe, and you can use an eraser too. And I did the same thing very lightly on the contacts here. And that was enough for my switch to start making contact again. But I noticed that you could probably, because it sits like this, right? So you have your LED and you have this piece, which there's a smaller hole and a larger hole. And you can see on the rubber here that there's a smaller tab and a larger tab. And that sits like this. And you want to make sure that sits on there. Well, that might have been messed up too. And on the inside here, you have your up, which is this large one that makes contact here. And you have your down, which makes contact at the center. And depending on how hard you pushed, would either be, your 2 clicks. So you don't want to tape or add any substance between the contact points because it's metal on metal. But where you could is either here on that tab or somewhere here, add a little bulk so that it's definitely pressing. In my case, just cleaning the contact points was enough to, which are here and here, and here, was enough to fix it up. You'd want to use alcohol. You don't want to use any cloth. You'd want to use alcohol and eraser or something to kind of rub it off and make sure it's nice and dry before you put everything back together. But putting it back together is as simple as making sure that the big hole and the small hole are on both of the respective tabs. Make sure your button's going in the correct direction. And you're just gonna take it, and snap it back together. You can hear that two-tier click and one up. You might want to clean yours up a little bit and put it back in. So I'll go back out there and show you how I bolted it back together. All right, so we're back out here now. We're gonna go ahead and snap this back in. You're gonna want to make sure you're going in the right direction. And boom, simple as that. Make sure all 4 tabs are there. You're gonna want to dig your harness out. It probably fell down in the door jamb. Make sure you do tab to tab. It's pretty simple. You'll hear a click. You got 3 tabs, 1, 2, and 3. Right into your door jamb here. Boom. I have the keys up front. Let's see if the window goes down. Boom. 1 click. 2 clicks. Very good. All right, that's that. Pretty easy. Hopefully this helps. Leave a comment or like, question if you have any questions, and have a good day.